on, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing good. I like that. I like that intro.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably remember. I definitely remember, like when I first started making YouTube videos, you actually reached out to me to help me with my intro because like the production part was kind of where I lacked. Um, Honestly, I wasn't sure like who's this guy on the internet sending me links to stuff, so I was kind of skeptical. But once I got to know you and saw you on Twitter and you started making videos and stuff, pretty cool guy.
Yeah, in fact, that was well, let's just introduce myself. I'm Script Skynet. This is the DigiByte Comm Talk. I'm here with CryptoCurrently, Matt from CryptoCurrently.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And you're right. So basically I was having trying to learn how to use DigiByte in the core wallet, and obviously I've been watching technical experts and Bitcoin things and DigiByte shows, and one of the things I noticed was you were one of the few that was always doing news on DigiByte. I think it was you, FaZe, Crypto, you for CryptoCurrently, and then DigiByte Dan. I think DigiByte Dan came a little bit later.
Yeah, and then I think it went because FaZe is one of the guys that I watched first in DigiByte as well. There's really not that many that cover it. I think David Hay did a couple times back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, after me, it kind of was DigiByte Dan, and then I believe the Crypto Mug Investors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but see, the difference between you and everybody else, you were you were like destined to be like a news broadcaster for DigiByte. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I mean, you just had that persona, and you always stuck to exactly what was written. So that's cool. Like FaZe, he'll bring the whole situation of the world, and
he does.
And then
and that's I kind of stole my model for my channel off of another channel I watch. It's completely unrelated to cryptocurrency, but he just brings the news, the facts, up to date. Here it is. This is what it is, and done. And that's I enjoy that. Like I enjoy listening to people go off on tangents and talking about ideas and other things like that. But I also enjoy channels that just here it is. This is what it is. You decide for yourself.
Yeah, and I think that you brought that aspect and that level, and I think that's why the core members and Rudy and Laura and everybody over there wanted you on the team. So that was awesome.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and plus, so I did reach out to you, and you did have an intro, then you stopped the intro. So if you watch guys his earlier videos on CryptoCurrently on YouTube,
they're bad, by the way.
No. But anyway, so he's reading articles just like I did. In fact, it felt like you technically passed the torch to me, and I just kept trying to do what you did, but with some like crazy art stuff.
Yeah, you definitely got production down, man. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, but you have a lot of followers on your channel, which is amazing.
It was really surprising, like how it grew. I think, well, I mean, back from the beginning, like you were saying, you were watching YouTubers, FaZe Crypto. He was one that I was watching on DigiByte, and I think he mentioned it in your last interview with him that I reached out to him off one of his videos that he made, and he kind of really helped me create a channel. Like I had some interest, but he kind of gave me the push in that direction. He gave me all the pointers, things about thumbnails, and just all these little tips that I never even considered if I were to make YouTube videos. So FaZe Crypto definitely helped out in the beginning.
Yeah, in fact, I think you reached out to me because I was on Twitter and I was following you. All right, still am. And you said, "Hey, man, you should really consider doing or be a YouTuber for DigiByte." And I was like, "Nah." Yeah, right. I wasn't even in that gameplay. I wasn't even on that level.
I remember that. You started making little short videos on Twitter, and I enjoyed watching them. So I was trying to like get more people making videos, because like we said, there's limited people covering DigiByte, and I think more people should for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, and so I appreciate that, and so you Who else was it? Tyler S. Uh, let's see, Tyler S. You know who that is, right?
Um,
The
I mean,
TA expert on Bitcoin, Litecoin. He always did those.
oh
He's always
no,
goofy. No,
no, I didn't watch those.
okay. Well, sorry, Tyler.
This is sorry, man.
But he would mention DigiByte occasionally. Um, who else? Clint Westwood,
Yep.
and I'm probably missing a few others too. So, but the
There
thing
are
is,
people that do, but there's not as many. You know, there's YouTubers out there that cover a lot of different cryptos, but then they'll kind of focus in on one. There's not that many that focus in on just DigiByte, and that I'm glad that you've kind of picked up the torch there. I know I've been slacking the past year.
yeah. Well, your last video was about brand awareness or safe Pal wallet, but brand awareness. I
Yep.
think that was like one of the most awesome videos when you guys just listen to brand awareness for DigiByte on his second to last video. It's like, and the video before that, I think Block 30 also. So you were, that was like at the peak before you kind of like stayed off of it for a while.
Right.
So, and I really enjoy those. And it just seemed like each time you're getting better and better and better. I think you change your camera, your quality, your audio and all that. And yeah,
It was
really cool.
really it was really like right when I got all the things I needed to be a little bit more legit than I was is when it kind of took a break from it. And then, life happens. I was telling you before we came on here, I've got kids now, and it definitely takes a lot of time. And taking videos does take a lot of time to do it. So kind of got to weigh the
Yeah. So I was like, I have to tell you, I always like you were one of the videos I had to watch in the morning for DigiByte. Like if I was getting up to go to work, I needed to hear your voice. I needed to hear DigiByte in the morning. Is that strange?
it's it's strange being that it's me that someone wants to listen to in the morning,
Oh, yeah.
but I know
Well,
what
I
you're
didn't even see
saying.
your face. I've never seen your face, so or let alone know who you are. But when it was, I think it was your voice and your ability just to stick with the script and just read what the article said, and then give your input in between. You didn't even have to go crazy with it. It was just it
Well, I
just
appreciate that.
seemed right for me to, if you were going to do it every day and I needed to know as much about DigiByte as I possibly could, especially with all the other channels. Like I'm like a sponge and I absorb it.
Right.
And it was just something I needed. If you were doing it, just like the mugs, if they were doing it, if they were doing DigiByte videos, or Josiah, he started way later, but if he was in that mix, I would have, had him in my, play cycle,
Right.
YouTube, my playlist, like notifications and all that.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, really. I mean, yeah, I was interested in the time. I've never invested anything in my life before, and crypto was, you know, everybody didn't know anything about it, and I didn't understand that. But the more and more I listened to you about DigiByte and in the articles, you even showed us how to use DigiID. You even showed us how to use LEPAL. And you're the reason why I got LEPAL. In fact, I got my LEPAL right here, and
Nice.
I was jealous. I was like, this guy got an LEPAL with the DigiByte thing on the back. So I went ahead and asked for it for Christmas. And my wife did that for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I still use mine too.
Yeah, really cool, man. I got DigiByte on here.
But yeah, I mean, there's these like great technologies that DigiByte has. DigiID, for example. So it was just kind of felt like I needed to create a video out there, whether it gets a couple hundred or a couple thousand views. I'm hopefully educating people, getting the word out there, and hopefully it's an easy tool for people to see how easy it is to be secure when you're logging in. And for the websites that don't have DigiID integrated, I still use that mobile application that creates the random password for you. I basically use that for every website I'm on now.
Yeah, and it's not saved,
Right.
any private or
Right.
organization.
It's generated at the point of use, and then after that, there's nothing there to hack.
I explained it, and of course, it's the blockchain is not like this, but I explained the node or the blockchain, spinning like a ball, and that point in time you want to log in or change your login password. It just that little timestamp right there, and there's just no way. So here's your identity. Here's the DigiByte blockchain where you logged in, and other users try to hack you, trying to get your information, but they're like, They're looking at this thing and they're looking over here.
Right.
And I know technically, unless you're Johnny Mnemonic looking inside nodes and PC systems and stuff like that, and they're just not going to be able to hack you. And I think that's
Right.
key when it comes to especially like social media, like Facebook, Twitter, and all these things, Twitch, LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, not just like social media, but with everything going on in the world right now, elections and things. Not to get political, but
You said elections is political.
There could be a legitimate use for a technology that can't be forged or duplicated to prove you are who you say you are.
Absolutely. And that's the next step.
Right.
And we know there's like this huge. There's got to be a balance with decentralization in the government. I mean, the government probably wants the technology for themselves, and
right.
And then
that's one of my fears. Like I know blockchain is going to be used, but I feel like certain bodies might use it in ways that we don't necessarily like. It has the potential to be this great, wonderful thing, but I feel like some areas of it may be used in ways that we wouldn't think it should be used as.
Exactly. I have quarrels with AT&T, where, the Bush administration literally like duplicated the power of AT&T where everything it goes to its server. Right. So whatever main cord that goes to AT&T to run everything and for all the outputs and inputs, our central intelligence has a duplicate right there and literally like sees on the other side of the mirror. You know how those
right.
mirrors, you look and they can't see you, but you can see everything they're doing.
Yep.
We want DigiByte technology to get there, and those are the places like to your camera, or like, or your audio. Those are the things I want DigiByte to have secure authentication even deeper.
Right.
And I think we'll get there. It's going to take some time, and that time needs to be developed over time.
Right. Definitely.
But let's get back with you. So for a little bit. So yeah, I called you or I texted you through Twitter. I said, "Hey man, I want to do an intro for you. I think it'd be kind of cool." And I think I said, "This is CryptoCurrently," or something like that.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And it was like
it was a real deep voice, like, "This is CryptoCurrently."
This.
It was cool. It was cool. The only
Currently.
I couldn't figure out. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I couldn't figure out how to get that into my intro. And then you mentioned earlier that I used to have an intro.
Yeah.
It accidentally got deleted, and then I just never made a new one.
Oh man. Yeah. So like when I do these little interviews and DigiByte community get-togethers, see the layout here, the DigiByte Comm Talk, and then I put your little icon there.
Yeah, I like that.
World. And so I had to go to, what is it called? Photo editor, Pixlr, and all that's free. I don't know what about the video, but what I do on the video is I go on my phone and I have an app, and I should have it on my computer. But when it comes to a computer for like editing video, it gets even harder because you're going through a bunch of license agreements. But through your phone, as long as you know which one's free and which one's not, you can pretty much cut and splice really easy on the phone. And that's how I did the intro.
Nice.
And then I sent it through my email and then download it on my computer. Now, as long as it's a WAV file the computer recognizes, I don't have to convert it. So that's cool. That's cool. It became real easy. So everything I did was on my phone.
Okay. That definitely sounds easier.
Yeah, and then but were you doing anything on your phone at all, or was it all your desktop?
It was all my laptop actually. When I first started my very early videos, I think I've deleted probably maybe 10 of the really first ones that were horrible. But I started off just this laptop using the microphone in the laptop, and yeah, it was poor production quality for sure.
And I have to say, you look completely different than when you did do your face reveal.
I,
Like the last couple of videos, you had like, I don't know, you still kind of have like strawberry blonde hair, but it was kind of shorter,
yep,
right?
and
with,
no beard.
with no beard.
This is the 2020 look right here.
2020 look. So, all right, man. So you still have a passion for DigiByte, obviously. I saw your shirt and your cup
Definitely.
there. Yeah. And and you haven't. I know you haven't done any videos for the past maybe 6 months.
It has been. I definitely haven't lost interest in DigiByte. I still follow on Twitter, still reading up, keeping up to date on the news. It's just really a timing issue for me, not having the time to do the videos. So, maybe one day I will get back into it. I just can't make any guarantees on when that will be. But I do enjoy it. I love covering DigiByte. I love the DigiByte community. Very supportive. YouTube, Twitter. I don't have any other social medias. I saw that FaZe is on like all these different social medias.
Yeah.
I respect him for that. It's a lot of work just to run a YouTube channel and a Twitter alone. So
FaZe he's cool, but it was kind of creepy on social media platforms because you're sitting here talking to somebody you thought was somebody, and then all of a sudden they're talking to you like, "Hey, dude, I am following you. Like, where? Where are you following me?" And then he contacts me. "Hey, I'm right here." Like, what
right?
the heck?
Yeah, he's got all kinds
time?
of.
You were you the whole time? Yeah, that's just my other account.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so we got a couple comments here. Let's go from the beginning. Oh, by the way, anybody in the comments remember Matt from CryptoCurrently? You guys remember him? Say something. Type 1 if you do, and then type 2 if you haven't subscribed. And if you type 2 and you haven't subscribed, go look up Matt from CryptoCurrently and subscribe. So yeah, I think a lot of the people from the DigiByte community miss you, and probably many others that left around that time. And that's kind of like the purpose of this, is just to stay in touch with people, the old people, the new people, and just so no one can slip through the cracks. But I mean, of course, if they want to, they can. It's decentralized. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to force people
Yeah, I like the idea.
to. Let's see here. You got Zep, excellent. Blind Dave says multitasking and listening. Okay, all right. Any questions for Matt, guys? You might be old school to everybody here. That's hard to believe. That was like what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago.
I think almost 3. I mean, I started 2018. It's almost 2021. Yeah, I'm seeing these comments. I'm not recognizing some people that typically commented on my videos, so maybe I am too old now.
All good here. Cheers. Where's the questions here? Chilling. Everybody's chilling. From SoCal Love. Okay. Ellie Pal rocks. Cool. Does anybody remember Matt? Okay, there's Glenn.
Okay.
I know someone's going to say something. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Sleeping Giant. Then he said, "Hell yeah." Okay. What beers do you drink? I don't know. Okay, so everybody has jokes. Cool. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Awesome. Zep's a really Zeppelin Pass. He's a really cool guy. He's been on one of the DigiByte Comm Talk videos twice now, right, Zep?
Nice.
And he's a generous guy. He donates. In fact, guys, if you want to support the channel, $5, $10, $15, big donors, we love you. just keep the DigiByte Comm Talk show going if you like it. Nothing is for free, but we understand in the current situation with this, everybody's pockets lately. I mean,
Right.
I have literally spread myself thin, very thin, and every little bit helps, guys. So you do have a fan here, Zeppelin Pass. He's
My
from
man.
he's from Scotland too. He's got a
Really?
big old red beard.
Nice.
So I got a question for you.
What other cryptos do I hold? Good question. So the Ethereum, you gotta hold BTC. ADA is one of my favorites as well. I like Link, and there's really a lot of other projects that I'd like and would like to hold. It just comes down to expendable income.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had all those. I've had them all, but like I've told everybody, I've been all in on DigiByte.
Really?
Yeah. Once I saw the opportunity, I just went all in.
I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, as much awareness people put in me, it's like, man, the more I loved DigiByte, the more I loved the community. It's like, forget everybody else. I could have been selfish in that aspect, but
The community is really amazing.
Yes.
You can't argue with that.
Prepare for impact, Glenn says. Yes, prepare for impact. Spill the beans. What are we talking about? Oh, your cryptos.
Oh, cryptos?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, so you got like 5 or 6 you invest in this. No big deal. It's not like
trying to spread it out a little bit, but not spread myself too thin. I'm not a financial advisor, but
yeah. By the way, we are not your dad.
yeah.
I like what Faye says. So man, it's been really cool. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're a real busy man. But I think on the behalf of the DigiByte community, we all love you, Matt. And if you ever come back, do a video and let everybody know.
I will for sure. And thanks for having me. I wouldn't mind doing it again sometime. This was fun. It's kind of nice to not have to do all the production side of it and just step in, talk for a couple minutes, and
yeah, maybe we can organize like a little community get together. This is about. It's been a little later, like an hour later than this, but I usually do a bunch of community chats. I try to get everybody in through StreamYard. You basically it automatically like makes your mic sound really good. In fact, it makes your mic sound better than mine.
I mean, you sound fine on my end.
Yeah, but your end is more. It's more adjusted for some reason. Mine isn't. I don't know why. It's probably because of this mic. I have to do something with it on the settings. But
I got you. What is that? I know it's a DigiByte logo, but what's on the top of that?
I cut out a DigiByte picture.
Nice. I like that.
So I have seed cards, right? These seed cards.
Okay.
And so I cut out one of those. Just put it right there.
I like that.
In fact, that was last minute. Last minute, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that's slick. I like that.
Yeah. And it's actually blue under there. It's just one of these cheap, JLab, like things.
You got to start somewhere, man. My first mic after using just the laptop mic itself was a cheaper mic that wasn't the best quality either. But it's more about what you're saying than how people are hearing it. To an extent, it can't be horrible sound quality, but.
So we got 5 minutes if you would allow it.
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of the things that you would like to see in crypto in general? It's full range in your mind. Like, what would you like to see for crypto in general?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, like, adoption is what we all want, crave, and need right now. So I would really like to see like big companies, like not crypto companies starting a company and raising money that way, but I would like to see a big name company say, this is the blockchain that I'm using, and we're going from there. And then, it would be just like a domino effect. I think I've said it in the past that, like early 90s internet, not every company had a website. And today you can't survive as a company unless you have a website. And I truly believe that in the future, you won't survive as a company unless you're running on the blockchain or using blockchain technology in some way, whether it's tracking your logistics, all the internal paperwork, everything.
Yeah, and I think security plays a big role in, obviously DigiByte has use cases now for the internet today.
Right.
And then I can only imagine what DigiByte is capable within the blockchain sphere
Right.
in it, all the Web 3.0 or however you want to call it.
Or, like VID, also one I hold, I forgot to mention, validating documents, their authenticity, like the applications for blockchain is literally unlimited. And I honestly can't believe that the largest companies in the world aren't using it already.
Yeah.
Simply like just the security of sending information from point A to point B, knowing it's legit, how quick it is. It just blows my mind that they're not using it.
It's so crazy because it's like it's the solution to many problems, and it's almost like, all right, well, Jared Tate's been up on that stage so many times, you can only beat the drum, for 6 years if they're not going to pick it up. Going on 7 now, right, Matt? I mean,
yeah, I think January, was it 10th? Somewhere in there, early January, I know. 7 years, DigiByte.
And then it's like but I do know DigiByte is on the precipice of being adopted. Now,
I think so too. Like,
it's definitely in there. It's in there.
I agree, and simply based on its fundamentals. I know I've said it in the past before, but obviously your viewers haven't watched me, so maybe they haven't heard this take. But
Yeah, right.
I see blockchain being adopted, and I used to throw Ethereum under the bus because they're slower. They're looking at some potential upgrades, but that's over several years. But these blockchains, if we want to use them in these ways that I just described, they're simply not fast enough. But the DigiByte blockchain is. So I feel like just out of sheer necessity, companies would have to look at using the DigiByte blockchain simply for how fast it is and how secure it is.
Right.
And
you're right.
I forget, I think it's Brian Foote from Block 30 Labs said that the blockchain is like the engine under the hood of your car. And the reason why they were looking at the DigiByte blockchain is because its blockchain would be like having a Ferrari engine under your car, because it's the cream of the crop in terms of blockchain.
Yeah. And Bitcoin would be Lambo. Sold and sold and sold again.
Yeah.
By the time it gets to us, it's like owners of 100,000 people. Yeah.
Right.
No, but that's so true. So, I mean, I look at obviously Bitcoin, there's a lot of communication problems with cryptocurrency, blockchain. Why aren't these big tech companies using blockchain technology? And obviously it's in the back of our minds, why are they going to do their own blockchain technology? And we already know where that's going, and centralization, control. They're not even trying to bridge the two. They're trying to just make it the same thing as they manufactured them before, which is control, basically, so that people can get a structure in their minds to get,
But at the same time, like, I think they will do that, but at the same time, I feel like it's just not going to compare at all in terms of security, because you got a blockchain where there's thousands of different people validating transactions. It's going to be very difficult to get that 51% hack, so to speak, to where you can manipulate the data. But if you have everything stored in a central server like we do now with password management, we hear it all the time that this server got hacked and now 30 million people information was exposed. So I feel like private blockchains may be there, but I guess I don't know if I don't understand the technology deep enough, but I feel like it wouldn't be anywhere comparable in terms of security to a public blockchain that's backed by all the miners that are out there.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at Bitcoin, eventually it's going to be a store of value that's going to be less volatile eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
See Ethereum and coins like Ethereum as virtual machines, and obviously DigiByte. The process from Bitcoin, if Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, DigiByte. I mean, obviously they're like trees. Like
Right,
family trees, Merkle tree, or whatever you want to call it. Um, I mean, obviously you see the evolution, how it just went from basically one algo to five, which is
right.
absolutely phenomenal. You didn't even want to test three. I mean, there might be a three out there, but I don't know. But the thing is, like, it's one of a kind.
It
And
is.
and the way I look at the algos, Matt, I had to put it in I had to rethink this. So you know how the mining hash power is distributed 20% on each algo.
Yep.
You got five, so that's 100% shared by each algo. But if you really look at it, you got your own mining algorithms that have pools, a group of people and businesses mining on that one algorithm. Even though it's 20%, it's 100% of the algorithm.
Right.
You got five algorithms of 100% each. Even more decentralized, sharing 20% of the hash overall. So
Right.
so a 51% attack would almost be it would reset after two. It would be
Right.
almost next to impossible. It's really hard to do one algorithm,
Right.
let alone, especially as decentralized, let alone you know two and a half. And it resets because it doesn't line up. Like it resets or readjusts.
Yeah, the difficulty adjustment.
Yeah.
So, and that's like, I know Jared's talked about it a lot. If for those of you that don't know what the difficulty adjustment is, it changes in real time. So if like all of a sudden 1,000 or 100 whatever miners all attack the same algorithm at the same time within 15 seconds, one block time, it adjusts the difficulty to make it more difficult for them to have an impact on the mining process. And the same in reverse. If power goes out somewhere and 100 miners go offline all at the same time, 15 seconds later, it's going to readjust the difficulty and balance things out.
That's right. And it does that. I was trying to explain it to Crypty Girl the best way I could before. I was like, yeah, when if they try to do a attack two algorithms and they're working on the third one, the other three literally beat up that other two and they're
Right.
victorious. Like they get back their family and let's do this thing.
Right. But yeah, I see a future where, I mean, people may not like it if they're a Bitcoin maxi or an Ethereum maxi, whatever. I think there's going to be a lot of different blockchains used, and it's probably going to maybe take some time to figure out what we're going to use this blockchain for, or what we'll use this blockchain for. Like you mentioned with Ethereum, Bitcoin, I don't see it as payments at all. Just way too slow. I could see it as a store of value.
Yeah.
As far as the payment sector,
Mm-mm.
DigiByte's capable of it. I don't know if the powers that be are going to just say, okay, we're gonna use this instead of the dollar now. I would like that, but
Whoever the regulators are, they need to keep in mind and listen to the people behind cryptocurrency technology. And literally, we need to be transparent as need to be for the regulators so they can understand the process.
right,
I mean, decentralization, they look at us like hackers. It's just not so.
right.
I mean, there's got to be a fine, or there's got to be a middle line where we can meet in the middle. You don't
Right.
want to corrupt the technology.
See, like they could issue a digital dollar, just put it on the DigiByte blockchain.
Now, I do have somebody I'm going to interview that has the Digi USD and the Digi Euro, and on Twitter, you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Okay, I am going to interview them, so that's going to be interesting.
that will be.
And I don't Now, you know, yeah, I fight tooth and nail about, I need to see faces, man. I need to be able to, I don't want to, I want to see if I hurt your feelings or if you're happy, sad.
Right.
I need to know how to act to people if I can't see them. And I fought tooth and nail with FaZe, man. But that cartoon face got me right there in the heart.
That damn cartoon face.
The longness.
Hey, for what it's worth, I never saw his face either. So props to him for that.
Like late at night, dude. Late at night, one night, he showed his face and he was walking around in, I don't know, in a dark house talking about he's got to be quiet because he's got roommates or something. And
That's
it was
crazy.
just in a hoodie, like this.
It's like seeing Sasquatch walk.
It's so funny. Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's end it there. And I'm really glad you came on the show. Everybody from the DigiByte community loves you, Matt. And, just do your thing and continue to, watch everything and get in the middle of everything and let the phoenix rise.
There we go. I like that analogy. Thank you for having me. And DigiByte community, if I've let you down, I'm sorry. I may come back someday. Yeah, I do enjoy it and I do love this community. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Later, Matt.
See you, man.